People ask me, Neil, you're about Wall Street guys. Why Daryl Hall? Because he's richer than all of them put together. Anyway, another side of Daryl you might not know about is he's struggling, despite all that money, with something called Lyme disease, an illness he says you should know about because it could happen to you. How did you find out you had it?
Well, you find out you have it if suddenly you're down on the floor is really what's all about. I had some gradual things. I was noticing things like increase in allergic reaction to things. Like things I was never allergic to, I suddenly became allergic to. Like extreme, like things like celery, of all weird things. You know, I got broke out, my eyes swelled up. All kinds of strange things like that. I started getting tremors. I started to get...
So this came on when? How many years ago?
This came on about 2.5 years ago. And then one day I woke up and I had this really bad fever. Extreme exhaustion, really stiff all over my whole body. Again, the tremors started.
Did they think something like MS or other neurological?
Well, that early I didn't know what I had. You know, I went to a couple doctors. I went to the doctor, my normal doctor, and he said, well, maybe you have a summer flu, you know, the catch-all summer flu. And I went, well, okay. And then but it wasn't going away. And then my ex-girlfriend, Sarah Allen, suggested that maybe I get tested for Lyme disease because she's had a bout with Lyme disease, right. And I did that, and I went online and I found out I got a really fast education about it, and I went online because I was told to go to a person named Joseph Burriscano, who is what I consider to be an expert in the field because he's been in the front lines of Lyme disease for.
And he said unequivocally it's Lyme, it's not MS or anything else.
I read his internet thing, and then luckily I came back my test. I was tested and I came back with I had ehrlichiosis, which is one tick-related disease that happened to pop up. Then I went to Joe Burriscano, who had a practice in the Hamptons, and I found out that I was co-infected and that I actually had 4 tick-related diseases. Borrelia, Babesia. Babesia is a malaria-like one. Bartonella, which is cat scratch fever.
But this is serious stuff. A lot of people hear Lyme disease and say, it's not that serious.
No.
You're saying,
this is serious.
Unaddress what happened.
This is serious stuff. I mean, I don't think people really do understand. Now, especially if you have what we call chronic Lyme disease, which means if you're co-infected or you've had it for a while. If you get bit by a tick, you could probably, and you're lucky enough to have just Lyme's disease, you can go get doxycycline or whatever, if you can get a doctor to give it to you, and you'll be almost sure to be cured. Your chances are very good. But the thing is that Lyme disease doesn't come up in normal tests.
So it's probably a lot more people have it and don't know it.
How about hundreds of thousands of people have it and don't know it?
What's the worst it can do to you?
Well, it can pretty much kill you. I mean, people have died from it.
So what do you do?
And if you don't die, you wish you were
medication?
dead. Yeah, you go on long-term medications.
So how can you go on tours and do all the stuff you do?
It's hard. I was inundating myself with antibiotics, basically. And I had 6 months where I couldn't much do anything. And somehow, I don't know, through willpower, through good medical whatever, just luck, various things, I got myself back together again, and I'm on the road to recovery, and I'm in pretty good shape right now.
You look great. Thanks for the upshot. A lot of people need to know this is something that's
really important.
Widespread.
Yep.
Daryl, please take care of yourself. You're looking great. Unfortunately, you're not aging, which bothers me immensely.
I think it's the ticks.
Yeah, there you go. Daryl Hall, thank you very much.